Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading some weight loss stories from my website. If you have a weight loss story you'd like to share and be featured on the channel, then just visit lukenarwhal.com to share your story for a chance to be featured on the channel and receive a small gift as thanks. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. Parents, if your kid is overweight, do something about it. I'm 20 and I've been overweight since I was 6 years old. From 5 to 9 years old, I lived with my grandparents from my mom's side, as my mom was migrating for work. My grandparents, as lovely as they were, fed the little 5-year-old me as if I was a grown adult. They are amazing cooks, and it doesn't help that Eastern European cuisine, where I am originally from, is a meat and potato cuisine that is very fattening in the long run. Of course, I started gaining weight very quickly. Rather than blaming the meals I was consuming, my grandparents blamed my weight on me consuming too many sweets, and me not running around the neighborhood like they did in the good old days, and my genetics. You might ask me though, why was I eating such big portions? Well, my grandparents made me eat everything on the plate, and I was a shy kid who had trouble saying no to anyone, so there it is. At 9 years old, I move abroad to finally live with my mom. She is shocked by how big I've become over the time I've been staying with my grandparents, but she thought I'd lose the weight as I start growing. My mom being 5'4" and my biological dad being 6 feet, she thought I'd be somewhere in between, and my baby fat would be lost there. Surprise, surprise, I've stayed at 5'3" since I was around 13, so no, my weight did not get lost because I didn't shoot up like she thought I would. My mom is also a good cook. She also cooks very fattening foods. The only difference between my mom and my grandparents is that she didn't force me to eat everything on my plate at mealtimes. But the damage had been done. The habit had been formed. And as a kid, I didn't even know I could simply not eat everything that I was offered. As I started going to school, my mom had no time to prepare lunches for me, and she wasn't giving me money either so I could have lunch at school. And the 9 to 10-year-old me didn't want to make myself stupid cheese sandwiches every day, so I'd eat a small breakfast in the morning at 7 a.m., become ravenous during the day, to only eat at 4:30 p.m. after school. I was so hungry I'd eat everything in my way, and then some. Moving on to me becoming a teen, my mother started growing worried about my weight, so she'd make snide remarks about me being fat in hopes I would take it as a good incentive to lose weight. Yes, stuff your mouth less and your butt will get less fat. At 13, I had no clue how to lose weight. I had no idea that all it would have taken was calories in and calories out. To be fair, my whole family from my mom's side struggles with being overweight, so I can't blame them for not knowing how to lose weight. But introducing me to laxative weight loss teas was a bit too much. It honestly sucks that I was not taught a healthy relationship with food. It sucks that when I was growing obese right before their eyes, they did not think to consult a doctor or general practitioner about what they could do to help me. From 16, I've been trying to lose weight by myself. Anytime I started cutting out sweets, my mom would eat biscuits in front of me, making noises such as, this is so delicious, to get under my skin. Thanks, Mom, for the motivation. Obviously, none of my attempts have worked out, so now I'm 20 and my highest weight was 112 kilos. Fear not, readers, I am on my way to a 2-digit weight, as I've managed to lose a bit, and now I'm 104 kilos as of today. Obviously, for a 160 centimeter female, that's still not an okay weight, but at least I can say that I'm getting there. It sucks though, because I wish I could start before I was this weight. Now, I know that no matter what I do, and no matter how much I lose weight, my body will never look the same. I know from looking at my skin, the stretch marks and whatnot, that my skin will never 100% go back in, and I will need surgery for a tummy lift and a chest lift at the very least. Hopefully, I will manage without having to have an arm lift and a thigh lift. Thinking about these obstacles I will have to face and how much money I'll have to spend out of my pocket to feel better in my body is seriously daunting. But I won't let that stop me from losing weight, becoming healthier and a better version of myself. And please pray for my success. I can't keep living like this. So if there are any parents reading this, I'd like you to take away one thing from this. If you see your kids gaining weight, talk to them, be understanding, and take them to a doctor or nutritionist, and help them lose the excess before they can't run a few meters without being out of breath, and before they start not going out because they're embarrassed because of the way they look, and before they hate their body, and before they cause irreparable damage to their body. And do something about their health, so that they don't resent you for being an onlooker while they struggle with so many things that come with putting on so much weight. 5 tips from finally hitting my weight loss goal. Here's my weight loss story, as well as some lessons I've learned along the way. I have always been on the smaller side and never had to worry about my weight or what I ate. Since graduating college about 5 years ago, I gained about 20 to 25 pounds. I still wasn't considered overweight, but I just wasn't as happy with my size. My clothes didn't fit as well, I wasn't as confident in a bathing suit. I would see pictures of myself and notice that I was definitely getting heavier. When quarantine hit, all my excuses for not losing weight vanished. No time to exercise, working from home cut out an hour of commuting a day. No time to cook healthier meals, you are literally 5 feet from your kitchen. No time to meal plan, you're saving 45 minutes per day not having to dress out for the office. I knew that if I tried to change too many aspects of my life at once, I would immediately give up on everything, saying it was too hard. So I started slow by walking and running in my neighborhood to get in the habit of doing some physical exercise multiple times a week. About 2 weeks later, I started tracking my calories using the Lose It app. In about 4 months, I hit my goal weight by losing a little over 20 pounds. Although that's not much compared to some of the other people sharing on the site, I'm a pretty small female, 5'2", current weight 106 pounds, so for me, that 20 pounds made a huge difference on my small frame. Here are 5 tips I can share from my weight loss that might be especially helpful to the smaller people that still want to lose some weight. 1. Not only did I track my calories, but I measured my food. Yes, it's sometimes annoying or weird to be the only person putting your pasta into a measuring cup, but I was shocked at the difference between what I thought was a 1-cup serving and what an actual cup of pasta looked like. The same goes for weighing your protein, your drinks, etc. If you're counting calories like I was, just used a simple calories in, calories out diet, but you're not measuring your food, your calorie amounts could be way off. 2. It might take a very long time for you and others to be able to tell the difference in your weight. For me personally, I went about 14 weeks, about 3 months, without seeing real changes. Especially at a smaller size, weight loss is a slow process. Keep at it. 3. Make room for splurges. I knew I wouldn't last for months without having any of my favorite food, and I don't agree with diets that are unsustainable in the long run. I have no problem enjoying my favorite foods while losing weight: buffalo chicken dip, chicken alfredo, and pizza, because I know I can balance those choices with healthier choices: shrimp and avocado salads, veggie stir fry with cauliflower rice, and frittatas. In calories in, calories out, it's all a balancing act. This also helps me avoid binging, because there are no foods that are off limits to me, which brings me to my next point. 4. If you are really craving a certain food, have that food. I love buffalo chicken dip, and on days when I could just not get that dip out of my head, I would allow myself to have some, within reason. I made sure to eat this treat while I wasn't distracted and could fully focus on the fact that I was satisfying my craving for a food that I love. I don't give in to every craving I have, but if I am persistently thinking of a meal, I'll let myself have it. I know that will help me to not feel deprived when I'm eating on the healthier side. 5. Possibly my most helpful tip. You don't have to have willpower all the time. You only have to have willpower for the next 5 minutes. There were plenty of days where I didn't want to go on a run, or didn't want to meal prep, or didn't want to select the healthier option at the store or restaurant. I would just tell myself, just have willpower for the next 5 minutes. Just long enough to put on your running shoes and get out the door, or season up some salmon and throw it in the oven, or order the small cheeseburger and a water instead of the double bacon cheeseburger and a Dr. Pepper. Once I'm out on a run, I never hated enough to go back home immediately. Instead, I end up running and feeling great about myself afterwards for making this choice. You don't always have to be strong-willed, but you can always be strong-willed for 5 minutes. I hope this helps, and I want to thank you all for sharing your stories with me over the past several months, even if I was only silently lurking on the channel. I haven't told anyone this, but each time I went on a run, I would listen to Luke Narwhal videos to keep myself motivated and help pass the miles. Losing this weight and gaining this confidence has changed my life, and you will all never know just how much you've impacted me by sharing your stories. All the best to you, fellow Narwhals. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more weight loss stories just like this. And once again, if you have a weight loss story or post you'd like to share to be featured on the channel, and just go to lukenarwhal.com/submit and just fill out the form on that page. And if your post is selected, you'll be featured here on the channel, and plus you'll receive a small gift as thanks. You can submit absolutely anything you want to do with weight loss, from a struggle that you're dealing with, a success or victory that you had, weight loss tips for others, and just getting something off your chest, or what you've learned about weight loss, or absolutely anything else to do with weight loss. And just go to lukenarwhal.com/submit. The link is in the description below. This has been your host, Luke Narwhal, and until next time, have a good one, Narwhals.